This is the K8000. This is another budget smartphone from Oukitel with a massive 8000 milliamp battery, and in that department it doesn't disappoint at all, which I'll go into a little bit later. So it's top-notch design, it's full metal whole unibody, and it is a thick phone and it is quite heavy, but you do get used to that after using it for a while. I have the purple variant and it does look rather stunning. It is a very smooth finish. I also like the power button on the side. It's very tactile with that lovely little red trim around the edge as well. Micro USB charging as well at the bottom with fast charging. It has a Samsung AMOLED display, which does look really nice. Very good brightness outside, and even at its dimmest, it is still quite bright. I had to install a third-party app called Dimly for in the evening times to reduce the brightness even lower. So the display is 5.5 inch HD, resolution of 720p. You still get some good colours and detail. So it's packed with 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of storage, plenty there, with an octa-core processor of 1.5 GHz, and performance has been absolutely fine. And the camera on the rear, it's got dual camera. It is a 16 megapixel rear facing camera, and the front facing is 13 megapixel. I can tell you the dual rear camera is real. When you cover one of the lenses, the blur effect stops working, and when you remove your finger, the blur effect kicks in again. So it is a true dual camera. Comes with a fingerprint sensor at the bottom on the front, as a lot of the phones do nowadays. That performs really well and is quite quick. So the K8000 phone is definitely a well-built phone. You'll know you're holding quality in the hand when holding it. And viewing angles on this display are really good. No sort of distortion, colours are still there. Remember, this is only a 720p display. Excellent. Okay, so we have a huge 8000 milliamp battery. Let's get on to that. So take a look at this screenshot here. This is on the second day of use. At the bottom, 1 day and 15 hours ago. That's when I took it off charge. 23 minutes left. This was at 9:20 in the evening, 1% battery left. So out of 1 full day, and then pretty much another full day as well, but just before my bedtime. And the screen on time for that was 13 hours and 31 minutes, which I was very, very happy with. So I used a lot of YouTube over those couple of days, WhatsApp, Facebook, a little bit of gaming, using the cameras, using the video, and also my navigation, which I do pretty much every day. So GPS as well as navigation. So 13 hours and 31 minutes screen on time was very pleasing. Also idle time. So in the evening, look on this one, 54% when I went to bed. So I didn't put it on charge that night. And in the morning, I woke up 5:45 in the morning, it reduced to 50%. So just a degrade of 4%. So the battery is a winner on this K8000. So the K8000 has a Mali T860 MP2 GPU. These games were run on maximum settings and it didn't break a sweat. I had smooth gaming throughout using Asphalt Extreme and Traffic Rider. Is some of the footage you can see now. Well, these games also worked well with the gamepad that I've been using, the iPega gamepad. There's a link in the description if you want to take a look at that. Very responsive too. This is a dual camera smartphone and that does work. Obviously been testing the smartphone's camera. This is the rear 16 megapixel camera, and this is a particular shot I took earlier on, and the detail is actually not bad at all. Some good whites in there. Very good detail. This is obviously in pretty decent lighting conditions. Another one there We zoom right in. Starts to get a little bit grainy, but you can't really argue with the image quality on a budget smartphone like this. They're not too bad at all. So this particular photo was taken outside, quite sunny as well, very good lit conditions, and the quality is still there. So I was very pleased with this particular photo. This was an indoor one, so there we go. This was the lights off inside of one of the rooms, and it does become quite, well, very grainy there. Then the flash was on, that one very overexposed. And the shutter speed in good light conditions is quite quick. This is a moving subject at the moment. Wasn't much blur in there at all either. So I was quite pleased with the camera performance. In the evenings and lower light conditions it does degrade slightly, but I'll show you some pictures and videos now and you can take a look yourself. Oh, it's cold. So front facing camera, very cold out here. There's good detail and good colour. And a lot of the video is in focus, even the background. Not too bad. I'm indoors with the K8000. I'm about to walk into a dark... bit of banging there. I'm about to walk into a dark corridor. Let's see it change. Okay. Look at that. The door. Completely black. Swipe the light on. Oh, wrong light. There we go.
What are you doing?
Doing a video. Turn the light off. What are you doing?
I'm trying to bang the fucker in because it won't bloody screw in.
Right. And there we go. Dark again. So not too great, but it is quite dark in this corridor. Ooh. Some good focus there and some natural colours. Handles the light rather well when the light changes. Here is some GPS footage. I can let you know that had no problems with GPS accuracy or speed when using this on the route. I purposely went the wrong way to see how fast it would reroute, and it rerouted absolutely fine, no problems at all. So thumbs up for the GPS connectivity. This is the 5.5 inch AMOLED display. Let's turn the brightness up. It's only 720p. That's the highest you can go on there anyway. Very happy with the screen performance. Some great colours. The K8000 also has a good loudspeaker. Have a listen to this. So the K8000 is a 5.5 inch smartphone, so it's not the biggest out there at the moment, because a lot of the smartphones are getting slightly longer and a little bit bigger, but it does have a one-handed mode function which you can enable in the settings, and then once you've enabled it you just drag across there like that and you've got one-handed mode enabled. I personally don't need it because my hands are big enough, but it is there anyway. Swipe back there and go back into full mode. So this concludes the review of the K8000. Oukitel do make some good phones. All the phones that I've had on this channel from Oukitel have been good, and this is no exception. For me, it's done everything right. You know, from what you can get out of a MediaTek budget smartphone. The battery is great. Gaming, there's been no problems. The design and the colour of this particular one is beautiful. I mean, look at that. It really is there. Well, solid, well built smartphone. That is definitely a thumbs up. Performance, there's been no lag. It's quick, responsive. Very, very happy. Great screen. Although only 720p, you would not tell the difference. It's a good display. The only thing that they could probably improve on is the camera, but then that's a lot of MediaTek smartphones could probably improve the camera, you know, in low light conditions. But other than that, it is a solid smartphone for a budget price. And if you're after a smartphone with great battery life, then this is definitely the one. I did review the K10000 Pro. I got 16 hours screen on time with that. But it is rather chunky and a lot heavier than this K8000. So in that respect, I suppose it is obviously slimmer and a lot lighter than that particular phone. So take a look, guys, in the links below if you want to purchase one. Any comments, please comment below. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.